Hey YouTube, I know it has been a long time. Look at this. I was twisting my hair so not sticking out. It's Ayana. I know it's been a really long time since I have been on, and there's probably like tons of catching up to do. I know that I've gotten some new subscribers. I've had some comments left on some older videos, and I want to, do a few more videos. I just really have not had the time to get them out. I almost forgot today, but I wanted to come on today to make a video response to Miki. Her channel is Shamika Knight, and she posted a video early this morning asking the question, if it's possible, and I'm paraphrasing, so if it's possible to enter into a relationship with a man without any game playing. And what we mean by game playing is the don't call me until he calls you, or if you don't answer the phone, wait 3 days, that stupid kind of stuff like that, just little games that people tend to play. And Miki, I want to begin by first sharing an experience and kind of like, telling a tad bit of a story, because that will really give you my answer. I had a friend whom I used to work with back in Michigan, and her and I were really, really close. We were really, really good friends, and every morning, periodically throughout the day, we would, I would just come up to her office, and we would just kick it. And she, surprisingly enough, is a Pisces as well. Just remember that. But she was into dating, different guys, and I am a self-proclaimed non-dater. I generally do not date if I am, and let me clarify that, if I am interested in a dude, I typically go out with him and see that one through until, that's done. I typically don't, do date more than one guy. I don't mean have sex. I mean just date, go to dinner, go to the movies or whatever. I generally just do one at a time. Once that's over, it's over. I move on. So she was a dater, so she did do, little certain things like, let guys take her out to dinner or to the movie or whatever and whatnot have you. And she played games. She was one of those kind of people that were like, if you meet a guy in the store and he gets your phone number, you can't call him first. He would have to call you. And after he calls you, then you still couldn't call him for 3 days because you didn't want to look too available, or you didn't want to make yourself available for him. So sometimes he would call you and you wouldn't answer the phone. You would send him the voicemail to make him think that, you're not available for him, or, he got to chase you for your time. And I used to just laugh at her like, girl, that is crazy. That's like the most ridiculous thing ever. It's like, you don't have to play games. And she swore up and down, yes you do, you have to do this, you have to do that. And after a while I just thought about it, like, well, I don't know, hey, well, maybe that's why, get into some of the situations I'm in. I mean, true enough, I had a man during that time, or during those times, but I thought, well, maybe it's causing the lack of a quality man or something like that. So but I told her, I said, you know what, one day you're gonna meet a guy, I said, and there will be no games. I said, there will be no games, and you will know that he is the one for you off the rip. Because that's what I believe. I believe people know who someone is to them in their life when they meet them. It does not take all day to recognize sunshine, as Common would say. It doesn't take all day. You will know him when you see him, and he will know you as his wife when he meets you. And there will be no games. There will be not one game played. So, you know, time went on and I ended up moving down to Arizona, and lo and behold, she called me and was like, girl, I'm like, what's up? She was like, I met this guy, and long story short, I'm getting married. What? When'd you meet him? November. When you getting married? We get married on Valentine's Day. What? How'd that happen? And she said, you were right. She said, I met him. He didn't play no games. I didn't have to play any games. He didn't play any games with me. He was just like, look, you know, I want to court you. I want, you know, and then boom, you know, I want you to be my wife. And I guess there was a little hiccup, in which I think all of these types of situations are tested. Not tested for the man, but it's tested for the woman, because generally people like us, Miki, tend to move on quickly. When we recognize that there is some BS in the game, we're like, deuces, see you later, I'll holla. But I always think that there's going to be a test, and sure enough, I'm going through a damn test right now. I won't disclose the details of it, but let me just say, my flight or fight has kicked in, and normally I would flight. I would fly up out of here quickly. However, my spirit has told me to fight this time, and not fight for him or fight for a relationship, but really just fight for me, fight for a change within myself. So that's that. But there was a little test in their situation, and she, you know, she did that. She was like, oh, nope, see you, nope, I knew it was too good to be true, nope, he out of here, blah blah blah. That man came back strong, and she tried to pray him all, but wasn't no going nowhere. That man came back strong, and he was just like, I want to be with you. And they went on to get married on Valentine's Day that next February, and then that following year they had a wedding. They went to Vegas the first time, and then they renewed and had a wedding. And so I said all that to say, Miki, that yes, it is possible to meet someone and that man does not play games with you. If someone is playing games, if the dude is playing games, peace him out. You know, chuck him the deuce, you know, holler back at him, because I surely don't have time to play games. And I know you feeling like you are running out of time to be playing games with somebody, but I will tell you, there is no games to be played. In my own relationship, there was no games played whatsoever. It was like, you know, I knew him from back in the day indirectly. That got sparked, you know, it got sparked, and it was just like, boom, you know, I'm sacrificing all of this because I want to be with you, and I don't want to take the risk that another man will get you. And like I said, it does not come without a test. For me, it did not come without a test, and a test it is indeed. However, that's all I got to say on that subject. Hold out. Stay true to yourself. Remain steadfast. And it will come. You know what? I'm telling you, it never fails. These dogs start barking every time I get on the video. Be quiet. And she looking at me like I'm crazy. But yes, stay true to yourself. Stand firm in your truth. And it will come. It truly will. It will come. I don't know. I can't say, you know, that a change of scenery is necessary. I know somebody had put that out there for you, that, you know, maybe you need to change your scenery. I don't know. I can't say that because sometimes that works and sometimes it doesn't. I mean, I changed my scenery when I went down to Arizona, but I'll tell you what, brothers in Arizona are not, and I repeat, are not looking at black chicks down there. They are strictly on white girls and Hispanic chicks, or the Hispanic chicks that do get into out of their race or whatever have you. But the brothers down there are overlooking us grossly. So for me, you know, it really wasn't about a change of scenery, then I come here to Florida and I would be damned if a native Floridian really approached me. And you know, I'm using that lightly because I was approached by a native Floridian and he was a really nice guy. So I mean, but hey, it ended up that I ended up with Lance from my hometown, you know, all the way down in Florida. He had lived in Florida, I'm in Florida, so it ended up that way. But like I said, hold on, stand true, stand firm, be yourself, and I think things will go from there. Another thing I wanted to add on Facebook, but I didn't, and I'm gonna just throw it in right here since I said that she was a Pisces, and I know you're a Pisces. My god sister's a Pisces, and you guys are rather aggressive when it comes to men. I don't know if you are per se, and when I mean aggressive, I don't mean physically or whatever, but very forward, very in your face, very matter of factly, and sometimes I don't know if that is something that men, if that's one of those things that a man will just hold in the back of his mind and say, you know, I would put her on this level, but so he just keeps you, you know, maybe on a booty call level or whatever. But I noticed that my god sister, you know, is also like that. And for me, as you know, for me, it's rather embarrassing. I've been out with her and seen her interact with some dudes that, you know, she knows, some dude that she knows and was in it with, and it was rather embarrassing to me. I'm not saying that that's you, because I've never hung out with you, but you know, if that sounds like something, you know, where you're a little bit more aggressive, then maybe you might need to bring that back just a little bit. But I don't know. So with that being said, this is 12 minutes. Everybody else out there in YouTube land, hello. I promise you I will be back. I've had some things on my mind, some things I wanted to talk about, and I promise you I will be back. So if you're watching this, thanks again, and I'll talk to you. Hey EY, hey y'all, how y'all doing? I know I shouted this out, right? So deuces.